Why the same medicine does not work for everyone. The role of mind, awareness, and consciousness. Have you ever wondered why the same medicine cures one person quickly, helps another only partially, and seems ineffective for someone else? Two people may have the same illness, take the same treatment, and yet experience completely different results. Why does this happen? Is healing only about chemicals, tablets, and injections? Or does the human mind, our awareness, beliefs, emotions, and consciousness play a much deeper role than we realize? Ancient wisdom traditions suggest that healing is not only physical. They say our suffering begins in duality, the constant division between fear and hope, pain and pleasure, self and world. And according to this view, true healing begins with awareness, wisdom, and inner understanding. In this video, we explore a fascinating perspective on illness, medicine, consciousness, and why the same remedy does not affect every person in the same way. Part 1. The mystery of different healing responses. Modern medicine itself acknowledges that treatments work differently for different people. A medicine's effectiveness can depend on age, metabolism, gender, genetics and hereditary factors, body weight and height, climate and region, lifestyle and diet, existing medical conditions. But beyond all these physical factors lies something less visible, the state of the human mind and awareness. This deeper dimension is what many ancient traditions referred to as Bhodham, consciousness awareness, or awakened understanding. The idea is simple yet profound. Open quote, healing is not only happening in the body, healing also happens in the mind. Close part 2, duality and human suffering. According to many spiritual philosophies, the root of suffering is duality, or Dwaitham. Duality creates separation. I am sick, I am weak, I am afraid, I am different from others. When the mind becomes trapped in fear, worry, or hopelessness, suffering deepens. But wisdom traditions teach that knowledge, awareness, and inner clarity, called Ariv or wisdom, act as a true remedy. The moment the mind deeply realizes, open quote, I am not defined only by illness, close quote, something begins to change internally. This does not mean ignoring medical treatment or denying illness. Rather, it highlights how powerful the mind can be in influencing healing, resilience, and recovery. The power of belief and awareness. Science today also studies the connection between mind and body through areas like placebo effect, psychosomatic health, stress-related illness, mind-body medicine. When people strongly believe they will recover, their bodies sometimes respond positively. Similarly, fear, anxiety, and constant focus on disease can increase stress hormones, weaken immunity, and negatively affect well-being. Ancient healers observed this long ago. There are stories that in some traditional healing centers, only a few simple remedies were used repeatedly for many illnesses. Surprisingly, many people still recovered. Why? Because healing was not viewed as only the medicine itself, but also the patient's trust, mental state, emotional peace, and belief in recovery. Part 4. Can awareness influence illness? Think about this carefully. When we constantly read, discuss, fear, or obsess over illness, the mind becomes filled with anxiety about disease. Modern life exposes us to endless medical information, warnings, alarming news, and constant stress. Awareness is important. Medical science saves lives. Preventive knowledge is valuable. But excessive fear can also influence mental well-being. This video is not suggesting ignorance is healthier than education. Rather, it raises an important question. Open quote, can fear-based thinking itself affect our health? Close quote, a balanced awareness may be the key. Informed but not fearful, careful but not anxious, conscious but not overwhelmed. Part 5, why the same medicine changes over time. Another interesting observation. Sometimes a treatment that once worked well may become less effective later. Why? Because human beings are constantly changing. The body changes, emotions change, environment changes, and consciousness changes. Healing is dynamic, not mechanical. Medicine may treat symptoms, but inner well-being, peace, hope, and mental strength often influence how healing unfolds. This is why holistic health approaches today increasingly combine medical treatment, nutrition, emotional support, mindfulness, meditation, and healthy lifestyle practices. Part 6, the deeper message. The central message is not to reject medicine. Doctors, hospitals, scans, medicines, and treatments are essential and life-saving. But this perspective reminds us that human beings are more than just physical bodies. True well-being may involve physical health, mental peace, emotional balance, and deeper awareness. Perhaps healing becomes most powerful when science and wisdom, medicine and mindfulness, treatment and consciousness work together. Conclusion. So, why does the same medicine not work for everyone? Because every human being is unique, biologically, emotionally, mentally, and consciously. The body may receive the same medicine, but the mind, awareness, and inner state receiving it are never exactly the same. Maybe the future of healing is not choosing between science and consciousness, but understanding how deeply connected they truly are. And perhaps the greatest medicine of all is a combination of wisdom, awareness, hope, inner peace, and compassionate medical care. If this video gave you a new perspective or meaningful takeaway, share it with someone who may benefit from it. Sometimes a single idea can inspire a healthier, calmer, and more conscious life.